Good morning, is it from Zetster's lab? I was drinking my cup of coffee this morning. It's nice and cold outside. And I was walking through my garden and I thought, I pluck a little leaf and I smelled it and it was just amazing. And I thought, you know what? Each one of us needs a place. A heaven on earth. We need a place that makes us realize that we are in heaven. So this morning I just want to still not over my flu 100% yet, but much better, thank you. So I just want to share my walk in my garden with you. So let's go. Have a fantastic day joining me. So this is my garden, a little part of my garden. You can see all the little things. Seashells, they're all broken. Isn't it gorgeous? They're broken. They've already got their holes in it. So all I do is I just attach them to a piece of rope. And voila, there they are. Aren't it gorgeous? We all look at ourselves and at each other and we saw all the brokenness and all the hurt. And we think we're good for absolutely nothing. But when you put us together as the one spirit of love, then we are gorgeous and perfect, exactly where we are supposed to be and doing exactly what we need to do. Isn't it awesome? There's one of my hammocks. I also made them. So one of my happy places. Hubby made this for me, these planters from old pieces of wood that we got from a friend. This little thing, rusted thing, I picked up somewhere, and every time I walk here I read and it speaks to me. Inside myself is a place where I live all alone, and that's there where I renew the springs that never runs dry. Isn't it awesome? And that's what I was thinking. I need to repaint that one. That's what I'm thinking now. But what I was thinking previously is we all need that place where we can renew our springs, where we can experience and feel the abundant life in us. This is bottles hubby made for me, and the one broke. They were in my house, so I just took them outside. A little old bucket I picked up on a precious friend's farm years ago. He has passed on since. But isn't it awesome? Wherever I go, everything has meaning in my heaven. So these are just fish knives I bought somewhere. It was 5 rand each. A horseshoe, and it was in my cupboard for years. And I thought, you know what? I'm never going to use them. I've got lots, so why not do with them what I initially wanted to do with them? I bought them to do this with, and then I felt bad because, it's just so beautiful and whatever. And well, I use them. I'm using them and it brings me so much joy. Okay, and this is just a water feature that at present is not working, but my little fish pond, I made this with plastic, real large piece of building plastic. You just make a hole, put the plastic in, a lot of stones and plants, and voila, your own little pond. So yes, I read something the other day, and I don't know what. I can just remember the one sentence that said, you have to find your own heaven. And if you can't, you create. And something about it, it said, then create your own place. And as I was walking this morning, I just realized this is what I did. I created my own jungle. Yes, that was was in the saying. Go into the nature and find yourself, because that's the closest to who you really are. And if not, then create your own jungle. So that's when I realized, you know what? I created my own jungle in the middle of a city. We're very close to the beach and river, so we are so blessed. And a little while ago, I remember a friend gave me these little things, so look where I put them in my trees. Isn't it gorgeous? This is our area at the back where we have our barbecues, but I'm really not actually wanting to show you the rest. But there you can see my shells again, 2 hammocks. Just this is hearts that I used when my kids got married, and I repainted them with welcome, life happens now. Everything makes, as I walk in my garden, it makes me realize that life happens now. So yes, this is what I didn't want to show you actually. This is supposed to be burned. We have a huge compost heap at the back. Nothing goes off this property that can be used as compost. But these things, especially look at the huge rubber tree, it doesn't become compost. It takes years and years. And it really messes a lot, but it's so beautiful, so I don't care. So we usually burn these. So my garden man was here yesterday, my gardener, so he put everything here. He cleaned up a lot, put it here, and we were sick and we were away for weeks, so we haven't had time to clean this up. But that is our fire pit, and this is all the wood that we either buy or we cut up ourselves. The little bride table, it's just a piece of a crate that I put tiles on. And remember the wheelbarrow my grandkids and myself, we painted there. I planted some plants in it. There's a blue door I found somewhere. So these are the things that grounds me, that makes me realize that I'm alive and life is happening now. Well, a friend came to visit and he was clearing out somebody's house, and these frames were left over, so I just put them on my Vibercrete wall. And there are some fishes that I made out of pallets. So you see, what I want to say today, the message of today is, you can create your own heaven. Even if you live in a flatlet, even you live in a very, very small place, all you need is a chair or a 1 meter by 1 meter space or a little balcony. It doesn't have to be a garden. It can just be a chair with a throw over it and a beautiful cushion and a lamp. Things that speaks to you. And whenever we travel, I buy things that's very, very inexpensive. And then I start off hanging them in my house, and then later they go into my garden. This is just my growing pot, I call it. This is, you can see some salad, and there's the lavenders that I am starting to grow. This is some plants I brought from our friend's farm. So yes, and this is actually when I was thinking of this message this morning. I walked here, and this is a geranium. It's a wild geranium. It makes beautiful pink flowers, but the whole thing of this one, it's medicinal, and the smell is absolutely gorgeous. So every time when I walk past here, I pluck a leaf and I just smell it, and it just soothes me. It's just amazing. A little thing like a leaf to just allow the peace to rise up in you. This is my white lavender. Isn't it gorgeous? You know, lavender, you just put them in the ground and they just go. So I've got lots of lavenders. This is all my I forgot the names. I call it elephant food. The elephants love it. I've got many of them. The whole different leaves and different sizes, and my whole backyard has been filled up with them. This is another lavender. These are our water tanks, and this is just, there you can see many more. My compost heap. My gardener has put most of the ready ones in the garden already. My ready compost, that's why. And then hubby made this. Everything is not finished yet, but I've got a engineer as a husband, and things take time, and he's always busy with something. So this is the area. All the water of the house, the grey water system, runs into this little pond, and then into two things here, and then underneath this is the pump, and when it's full, it just pumps the grey water into the garden. And that's why my garden is so beautiful. We're in a terrible drought. Our city is got very little water left, but my garden looks like heaven because of the grey water system. So these are my cups. I made a video of my cups, what to do with all your old cups. But then look at that. My two boys came to visit with the grandkids, and they were teaching them how to shoot, what do you call those things? Ketties. How to throw with a slingshot. So look at my cups. They thought it was very funny. More planters. Some hearts. So thank you that I can share my heaven with you. What is heaven? Heaven is that place where you can experience peace and joy in the midst of any situation. So you know what? Years ago, we went through very difficult financial situation. We were on the brink of losing everything, the house and the garden and everything. I mean, the whole property and all our lives and whatever, livelihood. And at that stage, I was petrified. And you know what? The life in me just kept prompting me to keep working in the garden, because that is what really grounds me, makes me feel peace. Experience peace. And then I said, but why? I mean, we're going to lose everything, and why do I need to work, and why do I need to keep it beautiful? And that is when I started to learn that life happens now. Just do this moment, this day, whatever you are allowed to do. By whom? By the life in you, the abundant life in you that is guiding you and providing for you everything that you need to get victoriously through this day. So even in the midst of intense fear that crippled me at times, the fear of losing my life, I started by just keep on gardening. And this is now 25 years later. No matter how we try or how much we want to move somewhere else, not because we don't love living here, but both of us are very adventurous. But we get to go on many trips and do many awesome things, but this became our base. My happy place, my heaven, my place where I find the peace and joy I desperately need in this crazy world that we live in. So find that place, find that spot, create that heaven, that place that will make you realize that all is well, that your life is unfolding perfectly, and that all your needs are met when this moment, now. Life happens now. So when we were walking on the farm, I'll end with this, I picked up this skull. We were walking, I was moaning and groaning because I didn't want to go on a hike, and we always end up on a huge hike. And there I found my buckhead skull, and there it is, my little piece of the farm. Our friend's farm where we usually go to just take a break. Have a fantastic day, and all is well. All is well. Just be still your mind, and know that all is well. Love you lots. Thank you that I can share my morning walk with you. Love you lots.